Dear Freak Show, grew up listening to you guys, and it feels so weird to be on this side of one of your stories, but this issue is too big to figure out without some insight. I'm a girl dad, and I love it. Everything about it. I love pancake Sundays, soccer games, the bedtime stories. I truly do live for being a dad. When my daughter was born, I held her, and I promised to be the kind of father that mine never was to me. She's everything to me. However, I've been keeping a secret from her, and initially my wife and I decided that she would never find out. My daughter isn't biologically mine. While I can't say a lot about it, I can say that my wife and I did IVF, and there were cases that got crossed up at the fertility service that we used. This information came to us 2 years ago. The establishment didn't want the press of those involved and offered a pretty nice settlement. We needed the money at the moment and never told any of our family, including our daughter. Last week, I met her biological father. He tracked us down. He is dying. He doesn't want custody. He doesn't want anything but to meet his only teenage daughter. Once before he passes away, he wants to say that he met his real daughter. If I tell her our entire family dynamic is shattered, and she will struggle with this and her identity for a lot longer than he'll be alive. Although he does deserve it, at least knowing his kid, and I would say that because she is a great kid. But I just don't know what to do because I don't want him to meet her. Freaks, what do you guys think?
Oh, this is definitely going to be detrimental in the beginning for her. And yeah, her identity. And I mean, this is going to disrupt your entire plan and everything that you had. I mean, if I was the teenage daughter, I'd want to know.
Man, I'm not thinking as the daughter, I'm thinking as the dad. I'm saying nope.
Really? He signed paperwork initially. So.
Nope.
Yeah.
All right.
No, don't shatter my family.
But you're also thinking as the dad. Why aren't you thinking as the dad that's in the deathbed?
Because I'm not that dad. I'm the dad that cares about this girl. I'm the dad that took care of her. I'm the dad that's got to be here afterwards and all this other stuff. Like, I mean, and there's a legal piece of paper saying that I ain't supposed to even be talking about this.
That's true.
So there's all kinds of reasons why I don't need this to get out. You tell an emotional teenager, and now she goes to online and tells TikTok, guess what? I just found out and blah, 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 blah. Now I'm having to hand money back and all this other stuff. Nah, I'm sorry. Man, we good. We good. What you don't know won't hurt you till it come out.
What if she finds out later?
But all right, what happens later on down the road when your daughter does find out that she's not biologically yours, and then that you kept this secret from her, and then when
we had to legal. We had to. It was paperwork. These people gave us a settlement. We were able to send you to college and all this other stuff.
Be sued.
We had to. Man, this man, while it's great that you want to meet your daughter. And I get it, but bruh, you can't, you're going to leave here. And then you're going to leave all us in disarray?
Yeah.
I ain't with that. And listen, I know everybody got better decisions than me, but I'm saying that my vote is no.
I know. I'm sure there's a lot of our listeners, too, that maybe not a lot, but some that found out that wasn't even their biological mother or father, and it can disrupt your entire life for the rest of your life.
Frank just hit me, Officer Frank from TPD. He said, take her to meet an old friend. It doesn't have to be her biological father.
I like that.
It gives him a chance to meet her. It's just for the biological father that's passing so he can get to meet her.
Interesting.
But I wrote him back and said, "What? This dude doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't know you. He's leaving this world.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to be around here long. So what if he don't hold up to that pact?
That's bad karma.
Okay, but he's leaving. He's dying. He's like, he don't owe you nothing. He can look right at her and say, oh my God, you look just like my grandmother. And you'll be like, no. And now he's like, sorry.
Yeah.
So, bing bong, so sad. I'm about to die.
Yep. Yeah.
And then when you get to the gates of heaven, and they're like, do you remember this? This right here?
Yeah, but I'm down here dealing with my daughter and my family dynamic.
Trying to be a good parent. Yeah, Mandy out of the 813 says, my kids got to meet their biological father before he passed, and they were just fine. They're in their 20s now and still express how glad that they were that they had the opportunity to meet him before he passed.
All right, 888-429-0941. We got a handful of phone calls coming in here. Let's see. I think this says Jam. Out of Riverview. Hey, you say you've been through this. Sam? Is this Sam?
Yes, this is Sam.
Hey, Sam, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty
Hey.
good.
So I wanted to say honesty trumps everything because as a child, my mom had lied to us and told us our stepdad was our dad. And we used to call him dad, his mom, grandma, and everything. And when we were like 8, my cousin was like, the man that you call him daddy, that's not your dad. And I mean, yes, it's apple and oranges. This girl, nobody knows, but the mom and the dad knows. And that girl, she is young. I'm 52 years old, and I still carry that. And my mom, I still haven't asked her why she did it because she couldn't look at us.
Ugh.
My mom is 82 years old, and you carry that as a child. At 8 years old, I still carry that every day. And, you know, that dad, if he really loves his daughter, he's going to tell her the truth. And that dying man, he deserves that. You know, have some empathy. Yes, you're looking at your daughter, but you're looking at her every day. It's going to hurt, but the love that the parents have for their child, she's going to overcome it if they tell her now. When are they going to tell her? Never? That is not fair to the child, and that's not fair to that dying man. And yes, they screwed up. You have a good settlement or whatever, but you love your daughter, but that girl deserves to know the truth. So, you know, that's my take on it.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, and I understand your position on that. I
That's
do.
tough.
I think maybe the paperwork might make it a little tense, but if you trust him, that's fine. But I mean, that's very trusting to be for somebody who isn't your immediate.
I think that paperwork is really so you don't sue them.
Well, Tawny is on. Tana, hey Tana,
Hey, what's up?
how you doing over there in the D? How you doing?
Been hot. It's been hot over here. Been a little roasty.
You getting
It's a
hot,
little roasty.
yeah, a little roasty. What are you thinking about this email?
I'm coming from as a dad.
Your phone is acting up a little bit.
Are you on
Are you on a?
speaker?
It's like a little shaky. Are you on a speaker?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you a lot better.
Okay. So I can understand from a dad's standpoint, telling him, to not tell. But if she finds out later down the line, first of all, how he found out she was there in the first place? Because from a legal point of view, nobody's supposed to know.
Right.
So maybe they told him so he can find her. And so, but if she ever find out, then she probably will resent her dad for not letting her meet her dad. Unfortunately, it is going to be, it's not like it was their fault that it happened. It was a mix-up. It really was the clinic's fault. That's why they paid him off. But at the same time, it happened, and then he popped up, want to meet her. So, that's a tough one. Because I want to meet my real dad, too, because then maybe she already struggled with identity, because maybe she feels different. She never said it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it still feels. I understand that, and that's a good point. I think that it still feels mean because I'm going to introduce you to somebody that ain't going to be here no more.
Right.
I'm still going to be here to pick up the pieces.
That's
So
hard.
why shake up what I got?
Yeah.
As a parent, the bonds you got with your kids.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I mean, you're gonna shake that up and then say, okay, guess what? He's leaving now.
And put the pieces back together if you can. Out of the 321D from Polk County, absolutely not. He should not tell his daughter. He needs to tell her when she's old enough to mentally process that conversation. If you want to, that man is dying anyway, and he went this long without knowing her. Rest in peace, bruh.
There you go, Angela. You said the same thing. Did you? You agree? Don't tell her.
Actually, I was saying not to tell her. No.
Yeah, don't tell the daughter.
No, definitely don't tell the daughter. I was 10 years old when I found out that my dad, who I had always thought was my dad, was not him. And my biological father died before I was born. And it caused so many issues. And the only reason my family told me was because I was being adopted by basically my stepdad. But it caused so many issues, so many fights when I was growing up. The "you're not my dad" conversation came up a lot. It was definitely difficult. It was definitely difficult. And I'm 46 years old now, and I still have issues with it.
Can I ask you how it was before you found out?
Before I found out, I didn't know any different. I knew that my dad was my dad.
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean. Like you had love and you had a normal relationship with him, but once you found out, it went bad.
It did. And even now, like, I'm 46. My dad is still my dad. He's raised me since 18 months old. But every once in a while, something will come up about how I was a pain in the butt as a teenager and that I said such hateful things to him. And it's like, okay, I understand, but I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I fit in or where I belonged because I didn't know, like, I had no siblings between my mom and my real dad. I was it. And I wasn't allowed to ask questions about my real dad because it would offend my stepdad or it would offend my sister or my brother.
Yeah.
Well, see,
And
that's
it was
the problem.
very difficult.
If you had more of an open communication once all that stuff came forward, then we could have the healing process. But the fact that he put up all these boundaries and up all these walls, there's all these answers for the rest of her life.
Right.
But you know what, though? I think we have to make sure we don't treat people like they're being mean about it. The dads and the parents who hide these things are scared.
Yeah, I agree.
Scared of what happened
100%.
after you found out. You basically started calling him downstairs instead of daddy. You know what I mean? Like, so nobody wants to see that happen.
Exactly. And the other part of it is like, as a child, not knowing like where you fit in, my mom would say different things. Like when I played sports my whole life, and when I would come home from playing ball, I would drink a quart of milk and chase it with a Coke. And my mom would say, "Oh my God, you're so much like your father." So I was thinking my dad, David, my stepdad, he was the one drinking soda and milk. And I was like, when did you start drinking soda and milk? He was like, that's not me. He was like, your mom must be talking about your real dad.
Oh, see, Mom. See, you got to get the lines right.
She's
So
in the
she
middle
would
of all
say
this.
different things, and I would be like, ma'am,
Yeah. Get
don't confuse me.
Get the script right, Mom. What you doing? I got you. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Angela. I do appreciate that because I'm sorry you had to go through that and it's still at 46. That's rough. So thank you, Mama.
Yeah.
I know we going long here, so we got to make sure we get it done. But man, do what you got to do. Hopefully, you got enough examples with this audience, collection or whatever, so you can get a little bit more clarity on it, and just do what you got to do. But just make sure that you are sticking around afterwards to pick up the pieces if you do let this guy shake up your whole household.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want to support, like, share, subscribe.